So let me guess, you've been watching a bunch of Apple Vision Pro reviews on YouTube. Me too. Did we just become friends? So, full honesty, I was going to start this channel with the Apple Vision Pro, covering it, but after I saw it and being such a heavy Quest user, I was like, man, I don't know. I was actually prepared to come on here and just dog it completely, but instead of doing that, I'm gonna go try it out for myself, make sure my opinions are valid, and we'll talk about it. Let's go.
Okay, guys. All right. So a lot to unpack here. So much to unpack. It was a good demo. It wasn't extensive. I didn't get up from my seat. I had to sit still and they showed me a few things in the headset. But I have to say, my mind was not changed. I wanted so bad to like this thing. I wanted so badly to make an excuse to spend the $3,500, but being an avid Quest 3 user and not a newcomer to VR, I just cannot make that decision to pick up an Apple Vision Pro. Now, Apple is known for these things, and I'm a big Apple fan. I was there day one at 4 a.m. picking up the first iPhone, and the same things that I'm thinking now are the things that Android users were saying way back then. That these things already exist. I can already do that on my phone. And the problem that I saw today is that Apple, even the guy giving me the demo, is presenting these already existing features in a headset that isn't offering anything different from what already exists. The crazy thing is that if you look at the features, all the bells and whistles and things that you can do in the Apple Vision Pro, and then try to do them in the Quest 3, if you've seen that before, then it kind of messes with your comparison to what you see in Apple Vision Pro. You can see that it's better. The screens are better, the resolution's higher, sure. They've added that Apple polish on top of everything. But for example, the pass-through. The pass-through is clear, much clearer than the Quest 3, but there's quite a bit of motion blur when you move your head, right? And honestly, when you're looking at an application, your focus is on the application. After a while, you don't really care what you see behind the application you're using. If you're holding a phone in your hand, you're not so much worried about how clear your peripheral vision looks, right? So some of the things that have been polished and improved in Apple Vision Pro, I feel just don't bring any value to the customer directly. Now, you can look at it from a perspective of how much tech is packed into the Apple Vision Pro. You know, there's the M1 chip, there's the R1 chip, there's a lot of processing going on. I've seen some other reviewers show how looking at Apple Vision Pro AR objects actually reflect things off the room. There's some advanced computing going on here, no doubt whatsoever. And the Quest 3 is more kind of like a really high-powered phone strapped to your face. I get it. But if you can deliver a phone version of what the Apple Vision Pro is trying to deliver as far as entertainment, I would save my $3,000 to do that. So let's take a deep dive. Enough speculating. I can show you some of the things that you've seen in Apple Vision Pro here on the Quest 3 that pretty much match up. Now, like I said, the pass-through is clearer, the resolution is higher. There aren't any controllers, which is, even if you're not gaming, it's kind of a minus for me. It's kind of useful to have an actual physical thing to hold on to when you need to get controlling done. There was some hiccups during the demo with tapping my finger where if I looked a little too far away from my hands, it would kind of miss and I'd have to repeat it. So just having something that's tactile and being able to select something every time you press the button or pull the trigger is useful. It's not as bad as Apple is kind of making it seem. Human beings move slow. We've been using remote controls for a long time. Since TVs first got them, we still wanted a remote, something to hold on to actually control what we're looking at. I don't think it's a plus to remove something so useful and then charge 7 times as much to do so. But let's jump in. I'll show you some things on the Quest 3 that you can do on the Apple Vision Pro and show you how not different it is for 1/7 of the price. Okay, so as you can see, I'm recording this in the square mode. Originally I was gonna record it widescreen, but you kind of it gets cropped too much and you can't see what I'm actually seeing. So we're just going for square right now. But as you can see, with hand tracking, I have the ability to pinch similar to Apple Vision Pro, I can pinch this and move it around. Now, the only difference is without eye tracking, I do have to move my hand to point at where I'm going to pinch, right? In Apple Vision Pro, I could rest my hand down on my lap and just pinch and look around, which I believe Meta is actually implementing a targeting system where there's a dot in the middle of the screen and you can leave your hand rested to remedy that without eye tracking. Again, value over features, right? If I wanted to do the multiple window thing that you see everybody always talking about on Apple Vision Pro, you can have up to 3 different windows up in this kind of like dock or bar. So if I try to move one around, you can see I have 3 slots that I can put these in. Now that's different from Apple Vision Pro. Apple Vision Pro reviews, you see people pasting windows all over their house and things like that. I'm not sure how useful that is. I mean, I guess it's kind of neat to walk into a room and have things in different places, but usually if I'm looking at a screen, I'm pretty stationary. Now, I have actually used this walking around my house, and I'll place, a window. Let's take a window like this. I'll place it somewhere and then I can move. And you can see as I move away from that, they stay stuck where they are. So you could put one of these over the stove or over the sink while you're doing dishes and, just kind of position it that way. So I can clear that with a tap, bring it back with another tap. I can bring it in a bit closer by pinching around the edges of the windows and pull that in, push it out. And then if this isn't immersive enough for you, you can actually tap this little button here and it kind of wraps those windows around you, right? You can play one of these videos. I could play something over here. This is the social tab, but you can take any app. Let's take another browser window. Put it over here. There you go. I could pull up ESPN, surf the web. This is still playing here. So the multitasking is there, guys. You can actually do this. This text is super clear. People keep talking about the text. There's no issue with this text. Super clear. Now, the pass-through looks really good. I mean, it's not quite as clear as the Apple Vision Pro, but again, I don't care what's going on down there. I don't care about seeing my chair or the ceiling. I'm really interested in seeing what's on these panels, and that's what matters the most. Something else to point out. Yes, my hands don't do any occlusion where you see my hands in front of the screens, but you see there still is an outline, so I know where my hand is. I'm still able to tap. I'm still able to pull all of that together. I can close windows. All that's still available to me. Again, the experience, the thing I want to point out here, guys, is that the experience is not much different from what you see with Apple Vision Pro. So let's jump over to spatial videos, something they showed me on the demo this morning. So if I go to spatial videos, let's turn Cloud Sync on so we can see them. You can see there's some demo spatial videos here. Let's close these other ones. You have the option to also tap these things head on, just like in the Apple Vision Pro. Let's tap a spatial video. Let's tap this dog, right? So you can see there's a border around it when you're navigating. You take that border away when you tap. And this looks exactly like the spatial video that I saw in Apple Vision Pro. I'm not sure why it launches so high. I think one of the differences that I saw in the demo was that this video was like right here. They pasted the video right in front of your face on Apple Vision. I could probably move this around and do that same thing. But again, guys, you're seeing the spatial video. You can't tell in this video here, but it's basically just stereoscopic video. So you have one angle in this eye and another angle in that eye. So you get kind of a 3D effect with videos you take with your phone, or any camera that can take those two angles and then be modified to the format to be viewed in a spatial video.
Editing Jason here. I just realized that there's a lot of things to show as far as apps. So I'm just gonna show you YouTube because it's not on the Apple Vision Pro. And then I'll make some more videos to show more stuff on the Quest 3.
YouTube VR. Now you start off in immersive mode. So it's gonna open it up. You can still see my cartoon hands here. Again, no need for that occlusion that you get in Apple Vision Pro, as long as you can see something to kind of show that you are actually able to use your hands. 360 videos, all of that is ready to go here. You can see from how, well, you can even watch shorts. You can see how this looks inside of the headset. You can see from my hands, like how tall they are. You can see how big that is. So that's kind of like a 20-foot YouTube short there. So now I'll tap the middle, brings the UI back. You can see comments over here, details about the video up here, subscriptions. I am a premium and YouTube TV subscriber. So if you have movies available here in YouTube, you can watch them in this immersive view, this giant screen. You can watch Gladiator in this huge screen. You can see there's reflections on the floor. So a lot of the features that you keep hearing about with Apple Vision Pro and all the premium things, they're already here, guys. You can see them right here. So one thing people don't realize is that the YouTube app can be viewed in this view, but also you see this button way up here at the top. You can change the environment from light to dark. There's no environments of like different areas or different places or mountains inside this app. You can bring this YouTube app down into the panel that we talked about before. You can see Gladiator still playing here. We can minimize that and see the YouTube feed, which is great. And you can still continue to do that multi-screen situation, right? You can pull up the web over here, pull up something else. Let's pull up Horizon Feed over there. You have your three windows. You can watch it in immersive mode. I don't know what you call this, but then you can start playing a video. So your YouTube video plays right there in the middle. You can still surf the web. It's really cool, guys. Like, I wouldn't pass up on this for a $3,000 discount, right? Let's close this out. So something else you always see that people talk about on Apple Vision Pro, you see it in their demos. You see this little resize window down there? You can grab that, make this much bigger. You can make it much smaller. You can bring it back in, right? So that's it, guys. You've seen it for yourself. I feel like it's a disservice to consumers everywhere for Apple to kind of market things that already exist for 7 times the price. Hopefully there's a better version of this coming out soon and we can cover it here on the channel. This has been an awkward start to this channel, but if you like what you saw, stick around and I'll see you next time in The Construct.